So you're saying that according to the Jumhur, for you're saying Imam Abu Hanifa says there's ta'deed for alcoholic drinks.
Yes.
And so what is Jumhur?
Jamhur, they say all is khamar. Had.
Also,
Yes.
that's including Sahibin.
Including Sabihanas. They do not differentiate between wine and other alcoholic drinks. So for everyone, 80 lashes, according to Jamhur and Imam Abu Yusuf and Imam Muhammad. And the reason is, look, that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam says, kullu muskirin haramun. That every intoxicant is haram. In another hadith he says, kullu muskirin khamrun. Every intoxicant is khamr. So Jamhur said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned the word khamr. So every intoxicant is khamr, and for khamr in a hadith there are 80 lashes. But Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullah alayhi says, you cannot throw away the literal meaning of khamr. You cannot throw away the literal meaning. And literal meaning of khamr is, you can write it. What Yusuf? Huwa nayyu. Huwa an-nayyu mimma al-inab إذا اشتد وغلا وقذف بالزبد repeat it. هو النيو
من ماء العنب إذا اشتد وغلا وقذف بالزبد.
Yes, that is the grape juice. When that is condensed and boiled, and scum came on its surface. In other words, you can say when that is fermented. Yes? Yes, that is a lengthy definition. Yes? So mean the grape water when that is fermented. So he said that literally this is so the had is applied only to this. And as far as the hadith is concerned, that every intoxicant is khamr. Khamr bimana yukhamir al-aql. Khamr bimana yukhamir al-aql, that it covers the aql because it makes you drunk. So that's why Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam called other intoxicants also khamr. Got it? Yeah. What do you think about Baba? What Yusuf?
Yeah.
Baba is playing with the words. When you can play with the words, when you have too deep a knowledge. When you have deep knowledge. Bismillah.
وله علوم لا يخرج إليها إلا بخلق العادة المستمرة كالنفوس القدسية من الأنبياء والأولياء أو برياضات شاقة تهيئ نفسه لإدراك ما لم يكن عنده بحسابه أو بممارسة قواعد الحكمة والكلام وأصول الفقه ونحوها مدة طويلة. فالأنبياء لم يخاطبوا الناس إلا على منهاج إدراكهم
الساذج المودع فيهم
الساذج المودع فيهم بأصل الخلقة ولم يلتفتوا إلى ما يكون نادرا لأسباب قدما يتفق وجودها فلذلك لم يكلف الناس أن يعرفوا ربهم بالتجليات والمشاهدات ولا بالبراهين والقياسات
ولا أن يعرفوه منزها
عن جميع الجهات فإن ذلك كالممتنع بالإضافة إلى من لم يشتغل بالرياضات ولم يخالط المعقولين
مدة طويلة
مدة طويلة
ولم يرشدوهم
ولم يرشدوهم إلى طريق الاستنباط
إلى طرق الاستنباط والاستدلالات.
إلى طريق
طرق actually.
إلى طرق الاستنباط والاستدلالات ووجوه الاستحسانات
إلى آخره. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على النبي الكريم محمد وآله وأصحابه أجمعين. Imam Rahmatullahi alayhi says that to guide people towards Allah, for that nufus qudsiyya are people of very neat and clean nature are needed. And the nufus qudsiyya are those in whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put the purity and cleanliness naturally. Means against the rules of physics. Against the rules of physics, which is called kharqul aada. Metaphysically, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made their nature neat and clean. So, through that neat and clean nature, Maulvi Yusuf, look at me. Through that neat and clean nature, they are receiving such like knowledge that other cannot. You can say that their clean nature is working like a radar. So the aeroplanes are flying. There will be certain other high-rise buildings. There will be the glasses of solar energy. Or there will be some other glasses and shining things. Can they grab the flight from far that this aeroplane is coming? Or that is the case of radar only? Say, because radar has that talent and that capability to grab the flight from so far. Now this is a small thing, this telephone. Yes. And this bottle is too much bigger than that. Or the TV screen, that is too much bigger than that. But when a call is coming to this small thing, it catch it. That big screen of TV or this big screen of our clock, it can catch that signal and that voice because it does not have the capability. So these neat and clean nature people, they have the capability that they are receiving that knowledge directly and they feel it directly. Got it? And Imam Rahmatullah alayhi says that the highest category of such like people are the Anbiya alayhimus salawatu wa taslimat. And then those who followed Anbiya properly and became awliya, they are awliyaullah. So then awliyaullah, look at me. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he was looking at the face of someone, so he was finding out what type of nature this man has. Same is the case of awliya. Imam Muhammad bin Sirin, rahmatullahi alayh, the imam of the interpretation of dreams. He is authentic authority, interpretation of dreams. So one guy came and he was giving his dars. And he said that, Imam, I saw myself, I was giving azan. What it means? So Imam rahmatullah alayhi says, congratulations, this year you will go for Hajj. So he left. After a while, another guy showed up. He said, Imam. I said, yes. Sir, saw myself, I was giving azan. So Imam rahmatullah looked at him and he said, fear Allah, don't do what you are doing. Otherwise, you will lose your hand. So he left. Now the ulama who were there in the class, after that they said, Imam, both of them, they saw themselves giving azan. But to one you give a basharat, glad tiding, to other a warning. He said, only what the person saw, that does not matter that much. What the person is, that matters. So he said, the first guy when he came, I look at his face, so I saw a glow of Iman and Amal Saleh on his face. So he is thinking of Iman and Amal Saleh every time. So I gave him that tabir. And the other guy, when I looked at his face, so I saw on his face that he is a thief. Yes, and yet he has not come in the hands of the police. When he will come in the hands of a police, and that prudent court of law, he will lose his hand. And in the year, to both guys, the same thing happened. And that's what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, ittaqu firasat al-mu'min, فَإِنَّهُ يَنْظُرُ بِنُورِ اللَّهِ. Yes, beware of the firasat. Firasat is actually internal light he has in his heart. That beware of the light a proper mu'min has in his heart. Because he is looking at things with the light of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it's just like when he looks at some guy, so he x-rays him. He x-rays him and he finds out that what type of person he is. Got it? But he does not tell. Yes, sometime he tells someone. Don't do it. He said, oh, who told him? Then sometime he is thinking, this friend of mine, he disclosed me. This friend of mine, oh brother, nobody disclosed you. He saw you through the nur of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So anyhow, that is actually the purification, rather than purification, the sanctification. What? Sanctification. Purification is for the outfit and sanctification for the inner side. So that is the sanctification. Like as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He said about Sahaba of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, أُولَٰئِكَ الَّذِينَ امْتَحَنَ اللَّهُ قُلُوبَهُمْ لِلتَّقْوَىٰ. Regarding Sahaba, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, they are people, امْتَحَنَ اللَّهُ قُلُوبَهُمْ, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has tested their hearts for taqwa. He tested their hearts. And not only that, they passed the test. Yeah. So that's why the imtihana in our tafsir, we translated it, أُولَٰئِكَ الَّذِينَ اخْتَارَ اللَّهُ قُلُوبَهُمْ لِلتَّقْوَىٰ. That they are the people Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has chosen their hearts for taqwa. Got it? So, and that what? Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Masud radiyallahu ta'ala anhu say, اختارمه لصحبة نبي. Sahaba of Rasulullah, that was the intikhab and selection of Allah for the company of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So the selection of Allah can be wrong? No. And then he said, كانوا أبر الناس قلوبا وأعمقهم علوما. That their hearts were the utmost pure hearts, and their knowledge was the utmost deep knowledge. They had the deep knowledge of Quran and Sunnah. كانوا أبر الناس قلوبا وأعمقهم علوما. Got it? So that is means that this purity to Anbiya alayhimus salawat wa taslimat and awliya, Allah has given it to them naturally. In their nature, He put it there. And the second type of people, they are those who have a sharp approach. They have a sharp approach and they are striving hard. They are striving hard to have the purification of their heart. And that is commonly known in every religion. The Hindus are doing that. The Buddhists, they are doing that. The Christians, they are doing that. The monks, the rabbis, they are doing that. They are doing riyazat shaqqa, striving hard how to get that cleanliness of their hearts. But unfortunately, as they are worshipping the Satans, so Satan got in touch with them. Sometimes he does something for them, and the Hindus, they believe that our guy is, yes, he is the shadow of one. He is what? They call him Avatar. They call him what? Avatar. Avatar is actually the reflection of God. So he said, because he said it, and that is done. Because Satan is doing a lot of things for them, they're worshipping them in that purification period. And what their purification is? They dug a big hole in the earth, and they put the dung of cow, fill it up with, and up to here, depend what type of gayan he wants to, or up to here, and some of them up to here. For days and night, they are standing there. Yes, yes. Got it? And Satan, as Imam Waliullah rahmatullahi alayh, he will be saying later on, that Satan is approaching dirty people. That's why Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, when you are going to the bathroom, so there you must say, A'udhu billahi min al-khubusi wal khaba'is. That from dirty and filthy shayateen, I do seek protection of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because filthy places are full of shaitans. Filthy places are full of shaitan. So anyhow, and thus, with this type of striving hard, their sensation become more sharp. Their sensation their sensor become more sharp. And the third one, they are people, look at me, who are studying a lot, learning a lot, especially the mantiq, the logic, the philosophy, the ilmul kalam, and the usul fiqh, where everything is argued with arguments, with evidence, with proofs. Got it? So thus, they are having that approach that they know things other do not. They can speak, other cannot speak in that way. So Imam Rahmatullahi alayhi says, وَلَهُ عُلُومٌ, and for human, there are ulum, لَا يَخْرُجُ إِلَيْهَا إِلَّا بِخَرْقِ الْعَادَةِ الْمُسْتَمِرَّةِ, that they cannot go out towards that ulum, إِلَّا بِخَرْقِ الْعَادَةِ الْمُسْتَمِرَّةِ, but kharq mean to rip the habitual process, mean metaphysically, كَالنُّفُوسَ الْقُدْسِيَّةِ, like the pure nufus min al-anbiya wal awliya. That's first category. أو برياضات شاقة, or they are going out towards that ulum because they are striving hard. تهيئ نفسه لإدراك ما لم يكن عنده. He is preparing himself to conceive and pursue that thing which he does not have. بحساب, either with hisab and calculation, or بممارسة القواعد الحكمة, or to have a longer time approach to the rules of philosophy, wal kalam and ilm al kalam, wa usul al fiqh and usul al fiqh wa nahwaha, are the like of that, muddatan tawilatan, for a long time. فالانبياء لم يخاطب الناس الا على منهاج ادراكهم الصاجد مودعفين باصل الخلقه. So Anbiya alayhi salam, they are not addressing people, but look to the level of their perception. Whatever is the level of their perception, simple perception of human. Yes, al-muda'i fihim, which has been laid down in their nature, bi-asl al-khilqa. Yes, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created them with. وَلَمْ يَلْتَفِتُوا إِلَى مَا يَكُونُ نَادِرًا لِأَسْبَابٍ قَلَّ مَا يَتَّفِقُ وُجُودُهَا. That these Anbiya alayhi salatu wasalam, they are not looking towards that which happens sometime because of asbab and reasons. Kallama yattafiq wujuduha. Very rarely these asbab and reasons will exist there. فَلِذَلِكَ لَمْ يُكَلِّفُوا النَّاسِ. So that's why, look at me. They say La ilaha illallah. And just know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the khaliq of the whole world. He is the malik and the owner. He is the Rabb, and he is behind every single thing in this world. Nothing can happen without his decree. This simple approach. And they don't tell them that you have to strive hard to such an extent that you will see the nur of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then you will know him. فَلِذَلِكَ لَمْ يُكَلِّفُ النَّاسِ. They are not making people bound أَن يَعْرِفُوا رَبَّهُم بِالتَّجَلِّيَاتِ وَالْمُشَاهَدَاتِ, to know their Lord with tajalliyat والمشاهدات and with observations, ولا بالبراهين والقياسات, or with dalail or قياسات منطقي, ولا أن يعرفوه منزها عن جميع الجهات. And they are not asking them that you have to believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that he is munazzah and pak from all the jihad. He is not in a specific direction. فَإِنَّ ذَلِكَ كَالْمُمْتَنِعِ بِالْإِضَافَةِ إِلَّا مَنْ لَمْ يَشْتَغِلْ بِالرِّيَاضَاتِ. He said, why? They are not making them mukallaf, because that is just like a prohibited thing for them. Because their approach is not like this. Bil izafa, in relation to that one, means keeping in view that one who has not done striving hard or riyazat shaqqa, like as the monks are doing or the Sufiya are doing. وَلَمْ يُخَالِطِ الْمَعْقُولِيِّينَ مُدَّةً طَوِيلًا. Nor they have attended the classes of maquliyin, logical people or philosophers, muddatan tawila, for a long time. Walam yurshiduhum ila turuq al-istinbat wal istidlalat. And the Anbiya alayhi salatu wa taslimat, the general public, they are not guiding them towards how you will deduce a rule from this and this, wal istidlalat, and how you will argue a case, wujuh al-istihsanat, wal farq bain al-ashbah wal nazair, that what are the wujuh of istihsan, that this for public interest, wal farq bain al-ashbah wal nazair, how you will make a distinction between a nazir and nazir, between a nazir and nazir, because that is the case of those who are ulama usul al-fiqh bimuqaddimatin daqiqat al-ma'akhiz. Because its mahakhiz and sources are very, very thin. Daqiq means very thin, known only to the scholar, not to the general public. Wasair ma yatatawalu bi ashabur rai ala al-hadith, are all those ways, look at me, are all those ways on which yatatawalu min yatafakharu, that ahlur rai, who the mujtahideen of Ahlul Rai, they have a pride over Ahlul Hadith, that Ahlul Hadith, they are going to the Hadith literally, and Ahlul Rai, they are going to a Hadith of Nas liberally, because they know how to argue a case, how to analyze a word, how to analyze a sentence, and how to bring out a rule therefrom. That's what Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullah alayhi were doing. Wa sallallahu ta'ala ala khairi khalqi Muhammadin wa alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. برحمتك يا ارحم الراحمين.